Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the LR Goku, Pan and Trunks GT unit, and we're going to see just how good they are after their Extreme Z Awakening. Now these guys are pretty good. They were an interesting unit before. A lot of people like them a lot, but they were very limited in terms of team, in terms of a lot of things. But generally speaking, they were well respected. I think at the time when they came out, they were very good, even if they were limited. And I think they look pretty good now. I think they genuinely are not bad at all. I think they actually are a very, very strong unit. So yeah, we're going to take a look at them. We're going to see just how good they can be. My unit is at 69%, so that's a full disclaimer. That means he's got one dupe, and yeah, we're just gonna see how things go from there. So in terms of the Trunks, Pan and Goku GT unit, I think when you first look at them, the first thing you'll notice is just their design. They obviously have a dependency on Dragon Ball Seekers and GT Heroes units, but we'll take a look at everything now. So in terms of their leader skill, Dragon Ball Seekers category, key +4 HP attack and defense, 77%, sorry. They also a super int type lead of 120% and 4 key, which is pretty good. It's not bad at all. It's really, really solid, and I think for the most part it's really, really, really good. Super attack effects raises attack and defense by 33% for 1 turn on their 12 key, while also sealing the opposition. A nice bit of utility. Not the craziest, but a nice bit of utility. Then we also have, of course, the 18 key effect, which raises defense by 33% for 3 turns. And then they have defense of 77%, attack and defense of 77% when performing a super attack, an additional attack of 77% if it's an ultra super attack, key +1 and attack of 7% per Dragon Ball Seekers or GT Heroes category ally on the team, plus an additional key +3 and a high chance of performing a critical hit when all allies attacking in the same turn are Dragon Ball Seekers or GT Heroes category characters. So it's nice that they baked in a high chance to crit. I think it's pretty good for them overall. And yeah, I think as a unit they're very, very solid defensively, offensively, and the crit is a nice addition to them. I think it makes them look very, very nice overall. But yeah, so in terms of kind of everything else to do with them, just to kind of run through the major stats. Their defense boost when performing a super attack totals to 231%. And their attack boost, if you have a full team, is 278%, which is pretty good if you think about it for an LR with pretty high stats. Now we've got them here, pretty nice situation. Linked decently, they share 4 links with B-Pan, which is pretty nice. So they're looking very solid. We're going to use the active skill as well, just to get a nice look at them essentially. And yeah, overall defense-wise, very solid, 107k, very good. They can stack that for up to 3 turns, so you can see that rise quite a bit. It can definitely be a very impressive attack stat. It's not going to be huge. It's not going to be like 800k at least before their super attack, but a rainbow one can hit very high defense stats. It can hit very close to like 500, 600k around there. As a rainbow unit, and big attack stats as well. You can see that crit coming in, you can see that debuffing coming in, big chunky attack stat, and with very minimal ease. I mean, you're not having to do a lot of build up, you're not having to do a lot of things, but yeah, it's generally speaking pretty good stuff. I think, at least they look very, very solid, at least to me. So yeah, overall very, very nice, very solid start from them. Team-wise, they're on decent teams. GT Heroes, very strong team. On the Friendship, very decent category now. Dragon Ball Seekers, actually a weird, pretty fun team, and we're going to see that next. On the Parent and Child, also pretty good. You mainly kind of want to run them on teams where they can kind of initiate that medium crit chance bonus though. So you don't really want to be running them in a situation where they're not going to have that defense. Up to 158,000, very good. we're going to get that 18 key. We have 5 links here as well, which we are getting with the Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. LR. The big issue for these guys is pairing partners. To cut a long story short, their pairing partners are not necessarily the greatest. They don't have a lot of units that they're going to be linking up with wildly. They don't have like perfect partners. They don't have like a slot 1 tank who can just absolutely shred for them. So they do have a little bit of an issue there. They can technically link with Pan, but they don't share a lot of links with Pan. I think they share only 2 links with her, which is a little bit weird. I did think they would share a little bit more links with Pan, but they only share 2 links with her. They only share 2 links with Trunks and Giru. They only share 2 links with the SS4 Gogeta LR. So a lot of the units that you'd like for them to really pair up with, to really get big bonuses and big stats wise, they just don't have. They just don't have them. Their best linking partners are literally the Goku Jr. Vegeta Jr., the Goku Goten Trunks unit, and the bloody Bardock LR, which is not saying a lot because I think Bardock can only be on like 1 team with them, Space Traveling Warriors. So it is a very slightly strange build. We are looking at a 90% one here just to kind of see a bit of a difference, but yeah. B-Pan's a great linking partner for them, but she does have a little bit of an issue defensively in the super hard content. She's very solid for most of the game though. Then you've got, the 2 GT supports, which I think is pretty decent. You've got the Trunks and Goten GT or Goku Hero Vegeta family support, and then you've got the Gobros or GT Gobros, I guess people would probably call them, with the support for GT Heroes. And then you've got a couple mixed bag units there. There's some nice ones, like they share a lot of links with Broly's, but what category are you gonna run Broly and them on? Especially considering they can't get the GT Heroes link up. They do have the Goku Vegeta LR. When he transforms into Goku, very, very tanky unit against extreme enemies. It's a bit of a unique situation to kind of get yourself into. So, but an interesting combination for maybe a super int team or something like that. Here we are going to see both of them fire off super attacks, which is going to be pretty nice. So we're going to get a pretty good glimpse here of just how big the damage is. Again, 9 million attack stat, very good, just huge numbers, like very good output, very easy as well. Not a lot of stack building, not a lot of anything. The starter turn defense leaves a little bit to be desired. They, even fully built up, even with all 3 super attacks built up, they're going to be sitting at maybe at a rainbow level around close to 300k with defensive equips, with support. It's not bad at all, that's not what I'm saying, but it's not true tanking material, especially in nowadays. It's very good after super though. They have very, very solid defense after super. They're a great second slot or third slot unit. I think at the end of the day, that's just what they are. They're just a fantastic third, second slot unit. Yeah, the biggest issue is just links. They just don't have a front slot tank. They just don't have a unit that likes to eat damage. They've got some great units. They can link up really well with the powerful comeback Goku. Problem is, how do you get their GT Heroes bonus with that? So that's kind of the problem they face. Maybe when GT Heroes gets like a true tank, or Dragon Ball Seekers gets a true tank, that you can at least let them live off of, I think they'll be pretty good. We're going to take a look at them now, just fully built up in some other situations, just so we have a nice idea of how good they can look. 175k defense. This is with only 1 attack or 2 attacks, which is pretty good. They can still raise this even further. 5 links active as well, very solid. Pan active skill as well. So these guys are going to be hitting very hard, which is good. This is 69% with a dupe, 1 support, Pan active skill, a lineup not that you can probably run in red zone, but a lineup you could run in ESBR and things like that, certain ESBR for sure. And you're going to see them really bust out a huge attack stat here. I think they're going to be above 10 mil. Yeah, 10.3 million. Very, very big stuff. So Good stuff all around, honestly speaking. Like I said, they just are very, very solid. They're not going to let you down. They're not going to, give you issues. Overall, they're just a reliable damage dealer, and I think they're great in the second slot or third slot. Don't try prioritize them, just let them do their thing. 191k, we have all our links active pretty much. This is their best scenario, at least that I can give them in this situation. So yeah, this is going to be the best we can get out of them. Again, they look pretty good here. No pan active skill obviously, so the attack stat should be a little bit lower. But yeah, generally speaking, their defense is at its highest after this, and this is probably the most realistic scenario you will find them being used in, to be honest with you. Maybe not this event, they could definitely do harder events, but yeah, generally speaking, you will probably find them somewhat limited in this a little bit. But yeah, nice big chunky attack stat again. They get no crit this time, otherwise they would have done absolutely obscene damage. But yeah, just super great, super solid stuff. Honestly, I'm very happy with this EZA. I think they could have done a little bit more. Yes, they could have made them maybe, for example, support for Dragon Ball Seekers. They could have done a little bit more if you really want to get down into it, but I think for the most part they just look very, very solid overall. So yeah, in terms of links, same warrior race, same lineage, solid support, GT, prepared for battle, sharing the limit, legendary power, all decent links. A little bit too varied to be truly a good link set. Like prepared for battle is great, but prepared for battle is not actually on a lot of units you want them to link with. Shattering the limit, nice link, mainly for free to play units, not really for summonable units, or so a lot of the top tier units won't really have shattering the limit. Legendary power, obviously common amongst legendary units. Same lineage, same warrior race, those are good links. Hybrid Saiyans, pure Saiyans, a lot of them have them. Solid support is generally a joined forces thing, so I do kind of understand where it's coming from. And then GT is obviously necessary for them to be on a lot of teams. I think if Shattering the Limit was replaced with something else, maybe Kamehameha, or maybe if you look at replacing Shattering the Limit with, I guess you could put something truly a little bit interesting, maybe Shocking Speed or something, just to change it up, give them some other options. Like I say, I think you could definitely see them being a lot better. I think that's really, when it comes down to it, their major issue link-wise. They just don't have a lot. Cold Judgment would have been great for replacing Shattering the Limit, although it's a super limited skill. There's actually quite a few GT supports that do have it, and it would have made them a 3-link pairing partner for Trunks and Giru, but it would have given them that additional defense that just maybe they could have sat in the first slot for a lot of events, which would have been interesting. So Cold Judgment would have been cool. Trunks, Giru, Pan GT, the SS4 LRs, none of them link brilliantly with this unit, and I think that's ultimately where its limitations lie. Like, yes, you want to, like, running them with Pan would be great. They just can't do that. They don't give Pan enough, Pan doesn't give them enough. Switch one more link around, let them link with Pan, and all of a sudden, you're looking really, really good. A really nice pairing. 3 links would be enough, I think, to make them both work out together. Especially if you make it their most important links. They do have GT. GT is a very strong link. Giving them one more link together, and all of a sudden, they're looking great. But with that being said, I think they still look fantastic. I think they are missing a front tank. They're the kind of unit that in another life you get like a super tanky Trunks and Giru banner unit that shares one more link with them, or they have Cold Judgment, and all of a sudden these guys are considered super duper top tier. It's very difficult for second slot units and third slot units to get the recognition they deserve in the meta nowadays. A lot of people want a unit that can absorb those front slots, but I think Trunks, Giru, and Pan, I think they are still a very, very top tier unit. And so for me, I'm going to say that I think overall they are a very, very acceptable unit. And I think, I'm very happy with their EZA. I know it's maybe not as cracked as people would like, but I think it's very much good enough. for the kind of free damage you can get with them, the kind of fun you can have with them, the ease of use with their key and mechanisms like that. They're just a very friendly team building unit, one that kind of doesn't punish you for using them as a third slot unit. I think at most the only thing I would say is if you added some support to them, that would have made them really top tier, like a great addition. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.